Hello everyone, Comrade Snake here. So I am here with an unboxing of a new game by GMT, published this year, Seas of Thunder, Global Naval Warfare, 1939 to 45. Game designed by Jeff Hoger, or Horger, I apologize Jeff, not exactly sure how to say your name, Charles Maher, and Neil Kelebluski, Celebluski. Once again, I'm sorry, Neil. Anyway, so this is a two-player game covering naval warfare of World War II, as it's the title pretty much indicates. Gets lots of, well, we'll take a closer look at it in a second, but you can see 2 players, 2 to 12 hours, depending on the scenario. Low to mid level of complexity, decent solitaire suitability. Here we go. 7 scenarios covering the early war, late war period, and a whole campaign game of the entire war. Let's take a look inside the box. I took the plastic wrap off already just for this, but I have not opened it yet. Okay, here we go. Seas of Thunder. So we got the rule book. Yeah, 1.0. I haven't checked for any errata or anything like that online, but I will do that at some point before I actually give it a go. So we got full color. It's not glossy. I like that. Kind of a nice, I forgot the word for it, but a good finish. It's not shiny. It's pretty nice, nice paper. So we got all this here. Port mats, so it's going to go over component list, then we of course rules, etc. So we can you know, how controlling sea zones work. Obviously this is a naval game. It's entirely naval with, you know, like I think carrier air assets and stuff like that, but it is entirely a naval based game. There is no land component whatsoever. Okay, I hit scenarios on page 11. So is this all scenarios after that? It looks like it. And then we have example of play. So there's really only 11, it looks like, 11 pages of rules, really. Like 10 and a half, maybe with a little, here's variants. Got like a list of variants, which is kind of cool. So, okay, yeah. So you can add Sweden, Spain, Argentina, Peru, Chile, Turkey, and Turkey. Okay, Turkey's the end. So you can add some of the neutrals into the game too, as if they join the war. That's cool. So they must have stuff on the back on the counters for them. Anyway, so really not a lot of rules, so that does sound like it plays pretty fast. Obviously, I don't really know much mechanically about how the game works, but that's still fine. I'm definitely down to see it. I like Navy stuff, naval-based games, like operational and strategic level. There's not a lot of tactical level games, but there's a few that I'd probably give a shot, like I think what's it called, Carriers or Carrier Task Force, I think, by VUCA. I'd probably give that a shot at some point if I got a hold of a copy of that or if a friend had it. But point being, this is more my jam for naval stuff, like higher level things. So scenarios, we got like Raider Warfare. So this is the early France and Britain fighting against the German raiders, you know, the Scharnhorst and the of course, Bismarck and all that jazz. So we got, okay, convoy, so some kind of convoy system, so drawing convoys. Once again, I don't know how the game works exactly, so it'll be, I know that you score points for controlling sea zones and things, and certain sea zones are worth different amounts sometimes, depending on, for each player, so different things like that. But so in this scenario is 3 game turns. We got struggle for the Middle Sea, so Mediterranean fights, some Italy's I'm sure in there, Italy, France, and Britain primarily, with a little bit of Germany probably because they had some operations there with air and submarine aspects, U-boat stuff. Not really any surface action that I recall, maybe a little bit, but not much that I recall. Operation Drumbeat, that's cool. So we got a lot of interesting things going on here. Introducing some Soviets, Red Sun Rising. So now we got some Japanese stuff here coming in. You know, that'll be cool. We do Japanese side. Shattered Sword. What's this guy? Oh, I see Vichy and Free French, Italian. So this sounds like maybe finishing off the Italians kind of thing, but no, I'd have to read through more. Neptune's Inferno, that's gonna be more Japan Pacific stuff. Red Sun Setting, so now we're getting into more unbalanced. Oh, this is here actually the single most unbalanced scenario in the game. Axis powers are all-time low, and this is more competitive. We started on the eve of Leyte Gulf, otherwise it would have been completely mismatched. Yeah, okay. So this is just prior to the true, I mean, Leyte Gulf is basically the end of the Japanese Navy for all intents and purposes. Okay, and then we got World War II at Sea, the game, campaign game for the 8th scenario. So that's cool. Nice, and then we go into, combined and then linking scenarios together. Okay, so you can kind of make a smaller campaign rather than the full one. That's cool. So you can start a little bit later and link them together. And then we got examples of play. So however all that works. So that's cool. And oh yeah, so for line actions, airstrikes, anti-submarine warfare, submarine attacks. There's a whole thing here for how to do all that, and then designer notes right at the very end. Cool. And then kind of some looking at specific scenarios and kind of talking about them. All right, well, that's the rules and scenarios, so that's pretty cool. So it looks like a relatively simple game. I guess that the complexity level is probably, they put it right at the cusp of like medium and light, because it kind of probably depends on your experience level. So for me, this is, with only 10 pages like that, this would probably be, I'd consider this a light game, but that's okay. I have no problem with light games, as long as they're fun. Looks like we got 2 player age sheets that are combat sequence map. Oh yeah, so battle for air superiority to air strikes, anti-submarine, raiders, so there's yeah, like a service resolve convoy attacks. So there's a sequence here, there's a order that you do things here. And I assume they each one, I'm not gonna read through the whole things, but I bet they affect the next ones as well as they go. Allied port map, scenario 1. Yeah, okay. And then what do we got back here? Is this the scenario 4? So we got different ones per scenario. Scenario 2, scenario 5, scenario 3, scenario 6, and then we got axis maps, scenario 1, scenario 7. Oh gosh, yeah. So you can see all the different. This is the Allied scenario 7. Okay, so they're mixed and matched of where the stuff is in some of these here. Yeah. So they have more axis parts. So you even got Bulgaria and all that. So you even got the very minor stuff too. That's cool. And then I'm sure the campaign game is probably just starts with scenario 1 and then stuff opens up over time would be my guess. Or as the situation changes. All right, that's pretty cool. And then now we got counter sheets. Oh boy, we got a lot of counter sheets here. It looks like we got 5, and these are okay, I did not actually realize that the board was mounted. I am very happy about that. I prefer mounted over paper, the paper mat, mostly because like I don't really have any plexiglass, which helps a lot for these things. Something I should eventually get, but just right now I don't have any plexiglass for doing this stuff. So mounted maps are always a plus for me. But we got lots and lots of ships. So size-wise, these are a little bit on the smaller side. Like it's about the size of my thumbnail. Well, actually a little bit smaller than the size of my thumbnail. So these are a little bit on the smaller side. And looks like we got all these, wow. All these named ships. So destroyers, or some of these might be classes, and then some of them are named ships, which of course is interchangeable in certain situations. But we got like Lexington, Yorktown, the Hornet, oh yeah, Wasp, all these, the Saratoga, like all the classic carriers. So I am curious because I see the Lexington here and some of the CV-11. So I'm not sure This might be an upgraded one, maybe. Maybe this is an older, or is it no, it's not damaged. Oh, and so you got the national symbols on the back, so you can do hidden movement, I believe. So I'm not exactly sure what, so maybe that's turn 11, turn 15. So there may be some kind of upgrade thing going on here. I'm not sure, because here's the other Yorktown. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I don't think they're scenario colored, so I'm not sure that there's some with a clip, because I didn't, like I said, didn't read through the rules, so I don't know exactly what some of that means. But got a lot of ships here. These are the American ships, of course, with the blue. Got more American subs as well, and then now we're starting to get into some other nations here. So we got, looks like Italian. You're Italian, yeah, Giulio. Yeah, so we got some Italian ships. And then we got some Greek ships. We got Soviet ships, convoys. You know, so it looks like they're just Allied and Axis. Really, it doesn't look like they're differentiating the other way. And then we got Japan, of course. Let's see if we can see some of the other famous ones. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of Kagamaru, or the carriers. Oh yeah, here we go. The Kaga, the Akagi, Hiryu, Soryu, Shoyu. So there's like, I mean, you get all the classics in here. That's great. I'm sure the where's the Yamato? Where are the big battleships? Where are you at? Where are you at? I'll find you. I'll find you somewhere. Yamashiro, the Hugo, Haruno, the Congo. Where are you? I'll find you. I want to find the Yamato. Where are you? I don't want to waste too much more time looking for it. It's got to be around here somewhere. I mean, I'm seeing battleships listed. All right. Well, that's enough for now. But you can also see some of the, you know, the like kind of carrier air units and stuff. All right, what else we got here? We got, of course, the British. Okay, so the British are in this kind of khaki. That makes sense, I guess, especially since it looks like they used gray for Germany. So that got the Netherlands. Yeah, they'd have at least a few decent ships in Indonesia. Probably a couple at home too, but not that familiar with the Netherlands home fleet. Finland, interesting. Norway, so a few small light ships for them. Of course, Germany on this nice field gray. Oh, there's the well, I can never pronounce it right. It's pronounced Gneisenau, something like that. Gneisenau. I'm not sure. Scharnhorst. There's that boy. I'm sure the Bismarck's around here somewhere, but got a lot of course, U-boats and all that jazz. I wonder if the Graf Spree is like a what if is on here. Probably not, but that would be fun. Here's the Tirpitz, Prince Eugene. I don't see it, so there might not be any kind of what if ships like that, but it would be funny. It could have been fun, but I understand why it wouldn't be there. There's the Bismarck. Sink it. All right, very nice. So, all right, we got all that. We're just gonna kind of put those guys to the side. And then we got a whole mess of dice and nothing under this cover here, but that's cool. Let's open up this board. So those counters are pretty small, but the board here is pretty big. But some of these spaces are fairly small, so I get why they need a lot in there. So we can see here a very interesting way to build this map, because it's obviously trying to emphasize the seas and the oceans. So all of the land masses are severely contorted or misshapen, or in this case, the Black Sea is just blown up massively to try to accommodate for all of that. Pretty interesting. So we got, of course, all these areas out here in the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, a very elongated South America. Oh, yeah, we got Africa seems to be fairly okay in terms of malformed land masses, even though I'm sure it's not the right proportions. Well, of course it's not the right proportions. And then of course we got Asia, and then we have a whole series of the game turns here, which is pretty nice. You can see all that listed out. And Australia, Western United States, all in all of these sea zones. They're all numbered. I know the numbers inside there are like victory points for each side. So however that is going to go down for things. Overall, yeah, pretty cool. So this is early war. Is there anything on the back? Oh my gosh. Yep, I see. So, oops, sorry, camera. So actually it has two sides, which I did not realize. It has a late war side. Going up to, well, 25 turns. So I don't know how that's supposed to work in the campaign game. Very weird. I wonder what the actual, I'd have to like probably look closer to see what the differences are apart from just the turn track, because I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. I guess you can't flip it. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. Well, I would definitely give this one a look-see soon. I'll probably, once I went through a little bit, do something for it on the channel when I get around to it. So I haven't been posting any videos recently because I've been just playing through Mr. President on my own, other recent GMT game, as a solitaire game, and I don't want to get bogged down trying to record, film stuff, especially because it's got, everything's on its, like the board's big, it's got a lot of components and a lot going on, and I just kind of want to play it and enjoy it, and I have been enjoying it greatly. Very fun solitaire game. So I'm still playing through some stuff with that. Once that, I'm done with that for a bit, run through that, maybe finish the game I'm on, maybe I'll do another one, and then I will move on to maybe get something else on the table for some filming. But it's still probably going to be a bit more time before I do another video other than this one. But that was Seas of Thunder by GMT Games. So pretty cool package. I'm very much looking forward to playing some of this one, seeing how it all goes. Everything about it I've seen looks pretty cool and promising, and I like the package. I like the board. Components are great as usual from GMT these days. So if it looks like something you might be interested in, I'd say go read the rules, see if it's something you're into. They're pretty short, look like only 10 pages, and go grab a copy. But I'll catch you next time. That was a fun little update and unboxing video for everybody, and have a good one.